everyone, welcome to our YouTube session. This is me, Nicky Sinha. And today I'm here to discuss a very important matter with you all, a very important bill actually of modern India or British India per se. And that is the Ilbert Bill Controversy. Now, why is this bill so important? This bill is really important because it was because of this bill that Indians realized that the Britishers are not keen on sharing any powers with us. Absolutely not. They would not have shared any powers with us. And that is what we're going to discuss. And this bill actually gives a huge impetus to the national movement, right? So let us discuss what the Ilbert Bill Controversy was. Okay. So what is the Ilbert Bill? Now, once a uniform civil code has been implemented throughout the country in 1861, gradually a tradition was established that stated that Indian judges could decide the cases of the Europeans in precedencies but only till the district level. That means Indian judges could decide the cases for the Europeans only till the district level, and anything above that, any case of the Europeans which went above the district level would only be decided by whom? Would only be decided by the Europeans. All right. Now, this meant that a European deputy judge could hear the case against the Europeans, while an Indian senior was prohibited from doing so. So, C.P. Ilbert, please remember the name. He is the law member of the Executive Council of Lord Ripon. He introduced a bill stating that this discrimination has to be removed. The discrimination is on the basis of race and not on the basis of qualification. So he wanted this discrimination removed, and he wanted to end this he wanted to abolish the judicial qualification which was based on distinction of race, all right? And hence, a bill was introduced stating that Indian judges could hear the cases of the Europeans even above the district level. So earlier it was only to the district level, but now it's stated that it could be heard above the district level as well. Now, as soon as the bill was introduced, it resulted in a huge hue and cry among the people of England. So the bill raised a storm of agitation among the members of the European community, and they all stood united against the bill. They obviously did not want Indian judges to have that power. So initially, due to popular disapproval, the Viceroy then passed an amendment and a compromise was then adopted. So basically, what happened is that because the Europeans were so against the bill, Lord Ripon decided that he is going to make an amendment and he is going to come up with a compromise. And what was this compromise? Let us see. Okay. So, jurisdiction to try Europeans would be conferred on European and Indian district magistrates and sessions judges alike. However, a defendant would in all cases have the right to claim trial by a jury of which at least half the members must be European. Let me explain this in the simplest manner possible. So they said that, okay, Indian judges, the sessions judge, the district court judge, or the Indian judges will have the right to try the cases of the European even above the level of district, okay? But there was a compromise. So yes, Indian judges were given the right that they could try the cases of the European. But there was a compromise which stated that a European defendant or a person on whom the case has been filed, so a European defendant could ask for a jury at least half of which members are Europeans. So even if the case is being tried by whom? Even if the case is being tried by an Indian judge, the jury would have half of its members as Europeans. So this was the compromise which was achieved. So what have you done? Even though you have given the Indian judges the power, you have not really given them the power. This was just for the name's sake, because ultimately the decision-making power is in the hands of the jury, and the jury, half of the member, that is 50% of the jury, is obviously Europeans. Okay, so what lessons were learned from this? Now, this episode was an eye-opener for Indians who realized that they would have to face humiliation unless and until they are freed from the British imperialist clutches. They were convinced that the principle of justices were below the privileges and vested rights of the ruling race. So they also realized that the principle of justice was not something which would be given to the Indians. It is completely meant for the Europeans. And most importantly, this is a very important one, guys. The utter helplessness of the British government in case of an organized agitation of the Europeans established the fact that an organized agitation is the only effective means to make this government listen to the demands of the people. So they realized that if you want to do something or against this government, or if you want to get reforms from this government, you have to do an organized agitation. Because it was in the face of an organized agitation that Lord Ripon had to come up with a compromise. Okay? So in 1878, government announced new regulations reducing the maximum age limit for appearing in Indian Civil Services examination from 21 to 19. All these measures created widespread discontentment among the Indians, all right? And all of these things helped in giving a lot of impetus to the national movement. How do you think that Indians finally realized that they have to rise against the Britishers? That they have to rise against the Britishers and there's no other way. They cannot work with the Britishers. They cannot expect the Britishers to give them their reforms. Absolutely not. And that is how we have the rise of the national movement. So the Ilbert Bill Controversy was an eye-opener for many Indians. It was something which gave a huge encouragement to national movement. And most importantly, you know what? It showed the Indians the way to do something, the way to get the Britishers to agree to their demands. All right. So this Ilbert Bill Controversy I've discussed separately because it is a very important aspect of the national movement, one of the major causes of the national movement. All right. So I really hope that you guys have understood everything. If you still have any doubts or any confusion, please feel free to ask me in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to address your doubts. I'll be more than happy to discuss your doubts with you. So please address your doubts in the comment section and we can have a discussion on it. So this is it from my side. This is me, Nicky Sinha, signing off. I will see you in the next video with yet another interesting topic. Till then, please take care. Thank you.